Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, with not quite an unboxing because I've been into this, but a first look, an introductory look at Ancient Feminine Wisdom Goddesses and Heroines deck. And this is by Kay Stevenson and Brian Clark. So it's interesting to me with the Gods and Goddesses decks that frequently there's a couple of different, two genders involved, a man and a woman, at least with the decks I have handy here today. So it comes with a fold out that you're not going to be able to see in its entirety. It's nice and large. It's the Sacred Zodiacal Circle. Gives you the signs of the zodiac and the dates for them, a little information about them, and then it gives you a spread, a circular spread. As I say, you're not going to be able to see all of it in here, but a circular spread. So you can lay that out and do that if you want. It's a nice little add-on that I probably will never use, but I might take a look at it and do it sometime. It is the beginning of the year, so that could be a fun annual thing to do. And then you get a little box. I've got my webcam set up so that you can actually read what's on the cards and stuff, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me in terms of positioning. So there may be a little awkwardness in that regard. So this is the box. And usually I discard those larger boxes and larger things. I keep them. I put them away. Boxes within boxes, because I like to keep my cards very handy, and to me having to pull out boxes and then boxes within boxes, like, no, I just want to grab a bag and get to my cards. Alright, so we do have a fair-sized little white book. Obviously there are just going to be very cursory descriptions, but I think that's adequate. Many people, I guess I can't at this date say most people, but many people have some familiarity with these goddesses. This deck, I don't know if it's entirely Greek Roman or if it is heavily Greek Roman. I think it's just heavily Greek Roman. So it might be entirely. Sometimes just looking at this will just remind you of the story. It's like, oh yeah, and then you can fill out the rest of it yourself. Yeah, I think it's entirely Greco-Roman. It does have sections. Here's a table of contents. That's pretty unusual for a little white book. It says the first goddesses, Olympian goddesses, Chthonic goddesses, or some people are Chthonic, but guardian goddesses, the heroine's journey, lovers and partners, the power of the heroine, virtues of the heroine. Okay, and then there's a little section, let's look at that in the back, reading the cards, the lunar cycle, that's interesting, petitioning the goddess, consulting the oracle, and that's pretty much it. The Wheel of the Year. So it does give you that. A little quote by Rumi. Kind of a weird thing. You'd think it maybe have a quote by Sappho or somebody female, but no, quote by Rumi. Okay. So these are the marvelous backings on this card, which I don't think I'd seen anywhere else. And I'll just flip through. Time for a flip through. So the art, I think it's all by one artist, but it does kind of vary in how gripping it is, but it is fascinating. Okay, so there's our, and it doesn't abide by any kind of tarot system, so it's an oracle deck. I guess I should get it out far enough for you to see. This is Pythia or Pythia, prophecy, metis, wisdom. Let's see if I can get this. Psyche, soul awakening. Helen, beauty. Clytemnestra, outrage. Penelope, faithfulness. Calypso, lover. Echo, unrequited love. Mnemosyne, memory. Some of these I'm sure I will not pronounce correctly. Themis, justice. Ariadne, soulmate. Pandora is gift of hope. Medusa, transformation. Nemesis, retribution. Selene, reflection. Eos, dawn. Amphitrite, depth of feeling. Hestia, hearth. Demeter, letting go. Aphrodite, desire. Athena, strategy. Galatea, triangle. I'm wondering what they mean by triangle, but I guess I will learn in the book. Moire, fate. Medea, magic. Femi, fame. Capro, summer fruits. Maenads, revelry. Flora, renewal. Amalthea, nurturing. Alcestis, devotion. Antigone, loyalty. Iphigenia, sacrifice. Hesperides, guardians. Charities, grace. Auxo, that I'm completely uncertain. I've never heard of that before. Increase. Penthesilia. Amazon. Hebe, spiritual sustenance. I don't know if that's Taiki or Tai Chi. Fortune. Aris, strife. Nike, victory. Hygeia, health. Iris, rainbow. Harmonia, harmony. Cassandra, intuition. Artemis, nature. Eurynomy, creation. I don't know if this is Sybil or Cybele in terms of pronunciation. Fertility. Hecate, crossroads. Persephone, descent. Circe, enchantment. And Hera, social rituals. So, and I never, like when I see things like Mnemosyne and a couple of the others, Eurynomy, I don't know if they have like all of the muses in here or, anyway, I think it is, it is a beautiful deck. The symbols vary quite a bit. As we saw, it's pretty much the Greco-Roman gods and goddesses. So we're not getting multiculturalism here, but sometimes I think there's something to be said for keeping things familiar. So, and for me, again, this would be many of these names. Some of them are not. This one is not, but some of them are quite familiar. So those are the pros and cons upon just opening the deck. I'm really looking forward to using it. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it, if it will be a separate. These cards strike me as the sort of thing that would be good for a situation. In other words, pulling a card about a situation, and that this would give you a situation, because these are almost always going to be with the Greek legends, situations that a goddess is in. I'm going to look up Galatea right now. Unfortunately, they don't have numbers, and so I end up having, in the guidebook is not alphabetical, so I end up having, she's a Lovers and Partners, 40, page 40. So we'll just read this one. We got a few minutes here. I'm not feeling like I'm overdoing this. Sitting on a favorite rock, Galatea peacefully combs her beautiful hair, anticipating the return of her handsome lover, Acis. Lurking in the background is Polyphemus. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There he is. Looking in the background is Polyphemus, the one-eyed Cyclops who has fallen hopelessly in love with her. Though Galatea is revolted by him, the huge monster tries to attract her by singing and playing the panpipes. When Polyphemus and Galatea when Polyphemus finds Galatea lying naked in the arms of Acis, he flies into a jealous rage, crushing Acis to death with a rock. The myth reminds us of the devastating aftermath of feeling rejected and excluded in a triangle. Three-way conflicts occur in our relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. However, with love triangles, emotional feelings like jealousy, obsession, and rage become intensified. This card cautions about the intensity of human emotions when someone feels excluded or unacknowledged. And then, so that's the story, and then there's a separate little thing here that says feminine wisdom. From birth, we are immersed in triangular relationships, and through conscious awareness and reflection, we can be aware of effective ways to handle this unstable arrangement. There you go. So kind of your learning advice there. All right, so I'm really looking forward to using this deck. Sometimes after I have used a deck, I will do an additional review about how it's working out for me, so you can always look for that as well. This is January 2016, or almost. It's probably when I'll be uploading at any rate. Excuse me, 2017, right? December 2016, January, very nearly, a couple days here, to January 2017. So if I would use it for a couple of months before sharing it, you'd probably look again around March or so to get my opinion if I feel like I need to give an additional opinion about how it works within spreads and within readings for others. It's probably something, again, where I couldn't do a whole spread with this unless I was doing family dynamics and I was doing one card for each person or something like that. It would probably be a one card per spread pull, and again, I think it would probably be about the situation that a person is in. Alrighty, there you go. I hope this helps you make a decision about whether or not to buy and use that deck. Take care. Bye-bye.